Hi, everybody. Well, the two of you that are here, because two came in and left a message, and then they left because they're not feeling good. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Todd. Um, but that's okay. I don't want anybody to not be feeling good and stay up to see me because I've been gone for 4 weeks because I've been ill. So that's all right. How's everybody doing? Sandy, how are you? You're listing. I'm going to be listing some more after I get off too. It's a never ending process, right? And Todd, how are you, buddy? How have you been doing? I haven't been I haven't been pretty much anywhere. Just been sticking to myself. Hey, girl. Hey, how are you? Periwinkle Dreams, how are you? Hello. So, for those of you that have never been to one of my lives, normally it takes us, thanks, it's called a filter. Somebody told me if I turn the filter off, I might scare you guys. Um, that's hilarious. Hey, Glenn, how are you? Somebody was showing me and somebody else that there was a filter, and I was like, that's funny. So I turned it on for a little while, and apparently it stays on unless you turn it off. One of these days I might turn it off, and then you guys are going to really be scared. Anyway, so for those of you that watch this at a later date or that come in late, have never been in one of my lives, my name's Noelle. I go by Farm Girl Scavenger. And usually you're probably going to want to go 20, maybe 30 minutes. I don't know, maybe only 10, depending on what the topic is, before I actually get to the main topic, because I usually say hellos to everybody and I've been gone for a little while. So, there may not be as many people here tonight either. That's how it goes, right? Be careful if you turn on the cat filter. Is there a cat filter? I don't think there's a cat filter. I don't know if I want to find out. Oh, that's hilarious. I don't even remember where the stupid filter was for that. Let's see. Go into, where did they, camera. I don't know. Touch up my appearance. New. There you go. Now it's off. I'm seriously telling you, I'm turning it back on because nobody wants to see that. Oh, that's hilarious. Hi, Kathy. How are you? How are you? And Kristen, how are you, girl? Hey, when are you coming out here to go to some of our bins? Give me till March. I'll probably be back. I'll probably be back to somewhat semblance of, hi, Mama Beth, how are you? So I feel like I owe you guys a little bit of an explanation. I've just been really exhausted and not feeling well, so I went to the doctor and had all my labs drawn. For those of you that know, I have had not had a thyroid for years, since 98. They radioactively blasted it. Anyway, all of my labs came back really good except for my iron, and my pretty much don't have any ferritin at all. I'm about as low as you can get without. I'm at a 6. So they have put in for me to get iron infusions, and the insurance is taking forever to approve it. So hopefully, this has been going on for 4 weeks now. You have the same problem. I've had iron infusions before, but I've never been this low. So I'm just exhausted. If and it hits you all the way around, and you don't really realize what's going on. But if I sit down in the recliner at all, I'm gone. I'm just literally gone. So, that's where it is. And then you just get overwhelmed because you're so exhausted. You become physically, mentally exhausted, and you can't deal with even the little things, right? Sometimes just changing the roll of toilet paper on the paper roll is enough to do you in. Just kidding. Anyway, so I just decided that that I would back off on YouTube for a little bit, which I did. Hi, Anna. How are you? So, but I haven't forgotten you guys and gals. Hi, Lisa. And the last video that we did, I said that next week, it's next week, that if anybody commented a certain word in the description of that video, if they came back, hi Kay, hi Perfectly Blessed, how are you, that I would we would choose a winner. So Perfectly Blessed, oh, you know what, dang it, this isn't gonna work. I don't want to do the random generator because I hang on a second, you guys. I don't have the energy to do it. That's the be all. I'll do all of it. So what I'm gonna do here is let me look real quick. Boy, it's weird to go back and see yourself. Hey, She-Vicker, how are you? Kathy, Sue. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. I want to see how many people commented, because my comments back to you guys don't count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That one doesn't count. 12, 13. Okay. Who is in here that probably, okay, so where'd you go? She's hiding from me. Miss Perfectly Blessed. Choose a number between 1 and 13. And whoever she chooses, I'm going to just go like this because I have the comments pulled up over here. And I'm just going to go like you can't see. I don't know what I'm thinking. What do you got? Number 8. Okay. So I'm not going to choose the 8th comment. Or should I? Should I choose the 8th? Should I choose the 8th commenter? Is that the best way to go? What do you guys think? She chose number 8. There's 13 people that commented that. Should I choose the 8th comment? Or, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Helen, let's see. Hala Nassar. I know you're not here right now, but you comment all the time. So, Hala Nassar, I need you to message me. I'm going to put it in the chat here. Message me on IG because I know you do that, or at my email. Which I'm putting in the chat. And so that I can get this book sent to you. Boop, 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 boop. You want it, Depression Glass. This is actually a really good book. So I need to put their name on that. What have you guys been up to? You never saw what I was just looking. Yeah, that is true. That is very true. You never did see. I might have to find them before they find me. I think they follow me on. I think Hala follows me on Instagram too. Anyway, all right. Back to regularly scheduled, not ever do what I'm supposed to do. All right, where did your program? Oh, hello. All right, wow. So any of you that have never been here that are watching from behind, if you're not watching from your TV and you can just say hi, say hi. I love to see new people, and I've surprisingly have gotten this just floors me. My chair is not cooperating with me today. Just working on getting ready. What? Wow. All right. Have a good time. Send me a postcard if you can afford to. The mail service is horrendous. Boy, I'm looking at myself from 4 weeks ago, and that's pretty scary too. I usually have my chat pulled up. Uh-oh, that's not good. What am I doing here? See, this is you guys know that I normally am a little off anyway. All right, Maria, Vintage Huntress, you guys snuck in. It has been a hot minute. How are you two doing? It's oh no. I'm sorry. That's sad. Well, are you going to be over there for Christmas then? At least that'll that's sad. I'm so sorry. Okay. How many of you in here really know how to do? We're going to do two things because they go together. Hi, Michelle. You're sneaking in. I see you sneaking in down there. How many of you are seriously know how to structure a proper title in the proper manner? It's fine. Oh, wow. My mom's 82. They lived a good life. I should say 80. My mom is 80, not 82, 80 as well. So how many of you all really know how to do a proper title? You're pretty good at titles because I do. You've been doing this for a long time, Todd. Oh, you crack me up. Okay, I've been doing this for a long time too, and I'm a slacker. I'm coming out of the only closet I got in my house. Is right there. I'm telling on myself. But anybody that follows my store and goes into my store, and I know a lot of you do because you're sad and sick, just like me, knows that I'm an everything seller. So I do have certain things that I really love to sell, and I really love to source, but I will sell anything if it's going to make a good profit. Long time doer, but was doing it wrong until you told us how to do it. There you go. Oh, it's nice to know people listen to me and actually, think about it. So I've been spending a lot of time the last 4.5 weeks cleaning up my store. I still have a lot of work to do. I have been getting rid of things that I've had listed for a long time because they're just not going to sell. I shouldn't say that. They're not any longer profitable in my STR, which is a sell-through rate. We're going to talk about certain things more and more as I get more comfortable with them and being able to explain. It never hurts, Lisa. It never hurts to hear somebody else's point of view and see. And I can tell you guys, especially those of you that have been following me for a long time, because you see my seller hub, you see my sales, you've seen the 3, 4, 5 days with no sales. You've seen the low sales. A lot of that, I attribute that all to me. Has eBay been going through some stuff, making some changes and stuff like that? You know it, they have. But if you're following their best practices, if you're doing what you need to do, if your item doesn't sell within 90 days, because that's when you're looking at your solds, when you are doing a comparison on items to see whether that's something that you want to sell, and you look to see how many are listed and how many have sold. That's a 90-day range, because that's what eBay keeps, right? They keep all of their records for 90 days. All of the data for the comps are for 90 days. So it's always really, and I used to say this a long time ago, and still to an extent, I'm not as good at it as I should be. Somebody's going to lay the smack down on me. It's going to be me. And do you guys know who Mel Back from Burnout is? She's one of my favorite people. She always has been. She reminds me a lot of myself. She did a video. She was here in the States in October. She was here for FlipCon, and she flew across the United States. She was in California. She met Chris, Daily Refinement. She met Tech and Sports. And the reason I bring this up is she did a video with Tech and Sports, and it literally was like a knife stab in my heart, because at the end of that video, she just basically, I think what Tech had said to her, I'm not going to quote anything, but you guys should go watch it, especially if you have a problem with buying and not as much selling, right? What Tech told her was that she had a lot of punishment to get through before she put herself on a self-imposed no buying for, I don't know how long. Titles you got, we'll see. I thought I had them too. I do have a lot of it, but it can be different for different categories. Anyway, her punishment was all of these books that she would get and just shove off to the side. Like, you can't see it. If you can't see it, it's not there. If you can't see it in her video, it's not there. Anyway, so she's killing it. I follow her. I've followed her for years. She's killing it on Instagram. She's showing what she's doing, what she's cleaning up, and what she's doing. And so if you guys need some inspiration, but when they put that video out a while ago, I was like, oh my gosh, that is me to a T. So I have been doing some punishment, and I'm starting more in my store than I am anywhere. And I'm going through and I'm getting stuff that's just not meeting what I want to sell anymore, price range wise, if that makes sense. And stuff that's been listed forever, I'm giving it a chance by looking at the listings and maybe redoing the listings, because if you've listed something 5 years ago and you are doing the list it and forget it. Now, I always used to say I would do the list it and forget it, but what I mean by that is not list it and never ever touch it again. List it and forget it for me was list it. Every once in a while, you probably need to check the listings. I did myself dirty the last 2 years from moving, and they had all of the changes and the item specs and all of that stuff. And I never went in and fixed my listings. And now I am suffering. Well, this whole last year I've been suffering because they've been making changes right and left. There isn't really a day anymore where you don't open up your Seller Hub or something on the app and there is something a little bit different. And a lot of people don't like change. None of us like change. There's some things that we just can't handle. We can't handle. I mean, a lot of us on here that sell used or sell, what's some of the stuff that Tic Tac gum? They don't make that anymore. There's people that will pay $60 for a package of Tic Tac gum because they quit making it and they need it. There's people that need a certain kind of soap that they quit making 20 years ago, and they'll pay $80 for a bar of it. Some people will never change, but that's good for us if we know what we're looking for, right? But in our platforms that we're using to sell on, and they make changes and they tell you that they're making changes, we need to not complain about the fact that they're making changes. We need to pay attention to the changes they're making and go with them, or we will suffer. Our stores will suffer. Our sales will suffer. Oh, she is Kay 100%. And she's a hoot on top of that. Mel back from burnout. Who do we have? Let me pull her up here. I will put her link in the chat. She's had a heck of a year too. And if you guys follow her, great. If you don't, you can go back and watch her new stuff and you will see she's had life changes and all that kind of stuff. Hang on a second here. That's Mel right there. So I think she did the man making hundreds of thousands. Nope, not that one. One of these videos. This is a video she did with Tech. I think it might be the first video that Tech actually, it was that, you can't see his face or anything, but there's another video in here. It might be on Tech's channel. I know it might be on Tech and Sports channel. I thought for sure. Mike, are you in here? What the heck? Yeah, Mel the Bubbly Blonde bookseller from Australia. Tom, oh yeah, he's funny too. Yep. She is absolutely an inspiration to a lot of us. Anyway, let's see. I want to stop sharing that screen because I want to share, and I need to go back. All right. I want to share. Sorry, you guys, I'm like kicked back. All I need is a footstool for my feet. Normally I stand. It'll get better. How are you doing, Mike? It'll get better soon. Share screen, and I want to. All right. I love books, Todd. As a matter of fact, I have sold quite a few books for good money here in the last couple of weeks. I sold one for $250 that went across the pond. But I don't sell books like that's all she sells. Books, magazines. She did sell hard goods for a while, but she quit doing that. She only does books. I know, Anna. I love books. I love selling books. I got a whole stack of them down here. I'm getting ready to list tonight. They were in a box under my desk, and I was putting my feet up on them, and I was like, this has got to go. All right. We should go back up here to top. Now, before anybody says anything, this is eBay. All these links are in the description as normal. Also, the link to eBay's terms of service is also in the description. It will always be in the description of every one of my live videos because there are a lot of people that don't know their rights and responsibilities. There's also, I don't know if I put it in the link of this one, but the last video that I did, there is a link to buyers. Buyers also have terms of service. So as a seller, we have a lot more rules than the buyers do, right? But you should be aware of what the rules are for the buyers. Oh, books are Books. I agree with you 100% right here. I'm not selling book. I'm not selling the books to, like, I'm not gonna ever be an Amazon bookseller, which I probably should. I probably could be. I have enough books to do it, but um, I I am slowly but surely figuring out what I like to sell best. We all know my favorite is ephemera, but I will eventually create um, a category that I will more niche down in. I will never stop selling everything, but I will have the thank you, Lisa. I will have a specialty category, and it will probably be ephemera. We'll see. I don't know. So you have to go with the flow. You also have to be aware of what's selling and what's not selling. If you're a clothing seller, you should, and you're on Instagram and TikTok and all of that, you should probably be following anybody that's in the fashion industry, right? So that you know what's going on. Anyway, you will notice that this says eBay export. If you search any of these terms, tips on listing optimization, tips on making a template, tips on how to, you are going to come up most of the searches are going to come up in eBay export. And don't be afraid to follow all the rules on eBay export, because eBay export is for everybody. It's not just for international sellers or for sellers overseas that are there's 21 different markets, international markets, including us. There's 21 of them. Oh, how you feeling, girlfriend? I think you're right. I think you're right. It's a good, it's a, it's a good, Mike, who, I'm looking over here. Marie is supposed to, are you laying down? She's going to make me be bossy to her. She's usually bossy to me. It's my turn to be bossy to her. I don't get to do that very much. She lets me feel like I am, but I know who's being bossy. It's on Mel's page. You will see two silhouettes. Oh, no, I don't think that's the one. No, that's not the one, Anna. Hi, Ty. How are you? Anyway, so we're going to start with how to make a listing template, and then because and optimizing your listings on eBay. But the reason why I want to start with a listing template is, how many of us, I want to show of hands right now, how many of you ever make your own listing from scratch? One, or are always selling similar off of somebody else's stuff. Two, one for you make your own, two for you're always doing a sell similar off of somebody else's listing. And I'm not saying that's bad either way. I'm just very curious, because I don't think that there are a lot of people that really understand why you should be making your own listings. Because I've done them both. Regina does both. Never make your own. I didn't think so. You're such a rebel, Mike. Oh, that's hilarious. Okay, here is the reason. Two with an occasional one. All right. I'm probably one. I'm probably right there in the three. I do both, but it won't be happening anymore. Oh, yeah. Templates in your Etsy shop, or you create similar from, that's right there. See this? She has templates on her Etsy shop, or she creates a similar from her own listing. This is what I want us all to do. So there's a video on here that I think is super important. I'm going to go, I think it's on this one. Yeah. When you go down in here, there's a video in here. I think you guys should watch it because, let's see if I can scroll back here. I was listening to it earlier. He shows, you guys, can you hear what he's saying? Anyway, the link to this is in the description. There's a lot in this. You can't hear? Okay, that's fine. I didn't think you could. There's a way to do that. I'm gonna have to figure that out. I have to spend a little more time doing stuff. So I'm gonna go out of here. And I want how to create, this is also in eBay export. I honestly think if you guys don't look at eBay export, it's kind of been popping up here and there. There's a lot of stuff in here that is that they will be sending out emails here in probably next week. I would guess probably around the 11th. Pay attention to your emails from eBay because they're going to be sending out emails on this. They changed it already. Buyer feedback, how it's going to, they changed the name of it. I was at eBay headquarters last week and talked to a couple of the people there. Bad buyer experience is what this was called. And now they have, and I knew they were still working on it because I printed out this whole thing and I took it in there with questions written down. You guys should really, I'm not going to put any input into it. We're all adults. We can all read this. You should go through here and read these things. This pertains to everybody. And there's a lot of good information on here. And eBay export's just been popping up. So bookmark eBay export on your tab. And when you have questions, there's lots of good stuff in here. So how do I list an item? eBay has started to come out with videos. If you have not noticed that in your seller hub, there used to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Now there's 5. So down in the bottom of your seller hub, they have a get started, which is basically the same thing on, where did I go? First steps on the eBay export. So, maybe you need a refresher because those of us that have been selling for years, that things have changed. Some of us have kept up with them. Some of us haven't. It's not, nobody's pointing any fingers at you, So this is really a good thing just to come through here and do this and check things out. But what were we doing? Where was I at? I lost my way. Handling time, tips on listing optimization. Nope. I want templates. Oh, I can't even. E-baby. Did you guys see that, by the way? Down here, selling templates. That is the selling. That is regular eBay, like us, ebay.com. And they don't give you hardly anything. There's a link to this one right here in my description too. This is what eBay USA. Hey Rob, how are you? Hi Coley B, how are you? Popping, are you still you're still out delivering figures? So this would be in our eBay, like eBay USA, but it's the same for everybody. This one, but do you see this right down here? eBay export. This is new for this to start popping up, and I don't know how new, but I know in the last 6 months. So I don't know. And I have more questions to ask. And cleaning uranium glass, let her rip. Don't break anything, Rob. You got to run there for a little bit. Trust me, I know, because I had a day where I broke a bunch of stuff. This is like I shouldn't have picked anything up. Hi, Mr. Sadie. How are you? Anyway, so I have put the link to this one in the description. I'm pointing over here because I have my YouTube channel pulled up over here. I am also putting the link to this one in the description. I guess, there's no reason. I don't have my link dropper here. I can put them in here too, and that way if you guys want to look at them right now or have quick access to them, pull them up on your thing. This is the one that we're gonna look at. We're gonna go through eBay export, and honestly, I think you guys should all get yourselves familiar with, this is my opinion, with eBay export. I really believe that they have a better setup and more information, because this is set up for all the platforms. And how many of you know that I'm going to take a little field trip here real quick. I know I have talked about seller metrics many times. How many of you guys realize that you have, especially whether you sell through the eBay international shipping, which is AKA the global shipping, whether you sold through there or you sold internationally yourself, shipping by yourself through Pirate Ship or one of that, how many of you realize that you also have a global rating, a global seller hub? It's different. So if we go right here, your seller region level, your metrics, if you click, so it'll tell you if you're top rated plus, because you give free everything. They look at this the 20th of every month for the US. I don't know if it's worldwide, but I know for the US. It tells you your transaction defect rates, your late shipments. You should be looking at this every day. Just scan this, because the minute that you fall below average, you're donezo. You're in punishment mode. You cannot run a sale. You cannot do promoted listings. You cannot put videos in your descriptions and in your listings, and they hide you have to work your butt off. You got to be listing, selling, and it can take 6 months to a year to get yourself back up to average and then to top rated. That's what and your final value fees go up. Really, I get them all the time. I've had like 4 this week. Okay, so what I want you guys to know is there are several different ways you've done eBay before. I think looking at this, I will be learning. Right. I hope so. And I'm always, you can always, are you on Instagram too? Because you can always message me through Instagram. You can message me through Facebook Messenger. I prefer you to message me under this. I know I have a Farm Girl Scavenger for Facebook, but I don't I don't go in there very often, you guys. And so I feel like if you message me through there, I might miss your message. But you can look me up on Facebook under Noelle Griffith, and you can message me through there. But if you have Instagram, then it'll be Farm Girl Scavenger on Instagram. So you guys are always welcome to message me. And if I can help you, I will help you, or I will send you to somebody else that can. So when you go in here and you're looking at all of your little things, has anybody ever look in here? See this, there's a little drop, there's a little droppy drop down here. And it's got USA, UK, Ireland, Germany, Austria, Switzerland, and global. So right now we're on USA. This is my seller level for the United States. This is my seller level for Ireland, above standard. I don't have any. I have 5 transactions over sometime in this last year that I sent to Ireland. And I don't know why I'm not top rated, because there's nothing there. I don't know how they do that, but I mean, I'm like golden here. All right. So now let's look at Germany and Australia. Same thing. Nothing. All right. So let's look at global. Same thing. 46 transactions. And I'm above standard. So I don't know how they go about, and you can watch this little tutorial if you want to. It'll tell you all about it. However, if we go back here to, I want to do eBay export. Oh, for crying out loud. Are you kidding me? Well, let's just do that. It'll take me there. eBay export. All right. So if we go back here and we go under seller performance and you go to global seller performance standards, there's a link. Maybe it wasn't on that one. It was in the seller performance. Bear with me because I want you guys to know. Read seller performance policy. They changed this since the last time I've been in this particular, when they were talking about all the stuff that you needed to fix. Positive feedback. But they've changed this significantly since last Thursday when I looked at it. Request feedback. Bear with me for a minute, you guys. It's a tiny link. Do you give customers accurate learn? It might be in here. Let's see. Sellers with higher market frequently ask questions. Read the full policy, service metrics. There are 21. You guys need to read this. You need to go in here and read this because it's going to affect everybody. Things are changing and they're changing rapidly. And there are some, Think Tech put a video out on this last week. Could be wrong. I feel like he did. Somebody did. There was a link that seller performance policy. There was a link that I went to in this that I wonder if I sent this to somebody else. I wonder if the link is still good in it. I'm going to find it because I want you guys to see this. I don't want you to think that that I've totally lost myself. Yeah, Tech did. I'm doing good, Kelly Debs. How are you? Let's see. Let me find this. It's not. Okay. All right. I'm going to move this over here. Let's see if you guys can see it. Okay. Service standard policy, bad buyer experience. So it's under sell worldwide, regulations and policies. Oh, that's the problem. I wasn't pulling it. It's over here. Bad buyer experience rate. Okay, you guys see that? I'm going to put this in the chat for you. All right. Down here, it's going to take me a minute because it's not purple anymore because I already clicked on it once. There is a link. How are you being evaluated? Seller. Okay. Evaluation report. This spot right here. It will be purple in yours because it'll be a link that you haven't hit, right? So what happens is takes me out of there. I got to verify I'm a human. We want all the images with a bumblebee. Oh, I hate these. Bumblebee, 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 bumblebee. All right. This is your cross-border, aka international selling. This is the graphs that I showed you on our seller hub. Then I pulled down and I showed you the different international levels. This is the real thing. So in your seller hub, you have a thermometer that tells you how you're doing against your competitors for INADs and that kind of stuff. And it's going to tell you where you are compared to all of the other people that they don't call them competitors. What do they call you guys are, I don't know. Same people that sell in the same group. So here, my current evaluation when did they do those? The current evaluation cycle for ebay.com is 2022 through 2023, 10, 11, 1 through, so they must, that's weird. Anyway, you can go in here and you can download this, and this has to do with everything you've done globally. So if you sell using either the international eBay international shipping, which used to be global shipping, right? That's what this is. That's what this is all about here. And you guys have got to pay attention to this. This is, if you don't get anything else out of tonight, get this. I put the link in the chat. You need to copy that link and you need to go here and you need to know how to get here. Bookmark it on your bookmark bar. Make a special file in your bookmark bar for this. You need to check this at least If you're selling internationally, you need to check this frequently. Just like I tell you, when you're in your seller hub, you should every day you should be checking your seller level. This is your international seller level, and shit's about to hit the fan with this bad buyer experience thing that they're going to be rolling out. So you just got a false INAD for item being dusty blue instead of turquoise blue. Do you have a thing in your description that says, that literally says the color on your computer, your phone, my phone, everything could be different? This is how I'm describing it. And all these INAT, okay. You guys are making me work tonight. Oh my goodness. Okay. Here's the video that Tech put out. If you guys don't follow him, why? I don't know. This guy is amazing. What am I doing? I'm trying to get a I need help. You guys will never get tired of hearing me say that, I'm sure. Okay, go watch or listen to he put a video out with a couple of people that are in his group. Why isn't it telling me? Last week, I think it was. And he's got some links in there too. Anyway, I strongly suggest you guys really pay attention to this, because if you think that INADs and all of that stuff are a problem now regarding colors, I get the largest box of Crayola crayons that they sell, and I put a crayon with the name of it as a comparison to the color I'm describing. That works too. You can also get, when I did sell more clothing, I had a color wheel. You can get them at Joann Fabrics. You can get them pretty much anywhere. I just had a color wheel, and if it was something that I couldn't get a true color on, I sat the color wheel down on it and took a picture of it with the color wheel. It doesn't matter what it is. So you guys know what a color wheel is, right? I don't have to tell you. You're not stupid. There's nobody in here that's stupid. Okay, so this is my international global seller standard seller performance. And I am above standard. I don't know if they don't have a if that's the highest that they go. Last refresh date was 12/7/2023. So then you can pull up all your stuff, and you can look over here and it'll tell you all of your total transactions. Look, you can even go here and do your USA one, right? It's going to do all of that stuff. Everything. Something must have happened there. Oh, what? That's weird. Anyway, so you can go over here, UK, whatever, global is going to be all the sites together, right? Okay. You got the links. You got this. I think you really need to you really need to go to eBay Export. You really need to go to regulations and policies, and you really need to read this. This is coming. This is coming. Service standard policy, bad buyer experience rate. They are going to send emails out to everybody. Nobody knows if they're going to start it in the UK or Australia or whatever, or if they're going to start it for everybody. It's because it doesn't specify in here anywhere, right? So, all right. Let's see. This one can go away. Service metrics policy, right? eBay export, bookmark it, be there, do that. It's your business. Take care of yourselves. This pertains to everybody. This is eBay Global, which we are part of. And they're putting their foot down. And usually it's more for the sellers than it is, but that's their sandbox. We just follow their rules. If we don't want to follow their rules, we can go elsewhere, right? Anyway, all right, enough of that. Out of there. Let's go to, if you don't know, you can't go. Really? How do you get to the seller dashboard? How do you even get to templates? If you don't know how to make a template, or if you do, how do you even get to a template? Well, you're going to go here. You're going to go to listings. Just click on listings. And over here on the side are all the things. Remember how I showed you guys to get to business policies? You come up here and you click on this and you can go to account settings. You can also get to business policies right here, in case you guys didn't know that. All right. Listing templates. Click on that. These are ones that I have set up recently. I actually set a couple of these up just for this, just to show you guys, because you bought a rear truck bumper from eBay on Tuesday and you got it early. Wow. Can't beat that. Did they deliver it themselves? All right. So, need to have a heart-to-heart here. Excuse me. One of the biggest reasons why we should not be selling similar off of other people's listings is you don't know what they have in their descriptions. So if I pulled up one of my listings, and I don't know how many of you guys realize this. Let's just go here. Let's go to let's see, I'll pull one up that I actually did this. I just did. Let's just pull this one up. Isn't that pretty? This is not, you will never see this in a listing like this. When you are making a listing and you do your item description, there's a little funky do spot over here. Let's just go back here. Let me pull a draft up. Hello. Everything's running slow because I have so many windows open. Any of you that put videos in your descriptions before they gave us that ability, like right here, now it's right here. Used to be that you went to a different program, you downloaded your video, you got an HTML, you came back here to your description, you opened up your description and it says show HTML code. And you would put your HTML code in here for your video, which would put your video in here under an HTML code. Well, any of you guys, a funky do spot, that's right. Any of you guys that have seen or use InkFrog or any of these programs that will help you make an eBay listing, it gets put in here as an HTML code. You don't know what's underneath here when you're looking at that listing, that you found that perfect listing and it's got everything you want, and you're just going to be, you're running out of time. You got to get your stuff down. I'm guilty. I'm speaking from me. You just grab that and you hit sell one like this and you grab it. You don't know what is hidden in the HTML in this description that's coming over into your description. You don't know. I don't know. I'm not a computer person. And you're not gonna, you know, you can get HTML content won't be displayed on the first page of your item page on mobile, since mobile buyers account for 80% of traffic. So when you open up a listing and then you come down here and it's got all these beautiful pictures and you scroll down and all of that, that's all cha-ching. What'd you sell? Share. Videos are so much easier, for sure. I love it. And you don't have to have something that's moving to do a video. Sometimes you might have something that has a defect, a piece of glass or something that has a defect. Or Rob, your uranium glass. I have a couple of pieces of uranium glass that I did videos on. And you can talk a little, you know, you got 3 minutes. You can do up to 3 minutes, up to a 3-minute video, I think. Yep, Rich Man Todd's here. Watch out. So all of this stuff right here, it is really best for us to not a vintage U.S. Army wool blanket. Nice. I sold a Lands' End wool blanket last week. How do I list the video from the phone? You can't. You can only put a video into your listing on the desktop, and you have to take the video from your phone. I just plug my phone in. Can you see that? I just plug my phone into my computer and it goes right into the computer, and then I transfer it over. You cannot do a video from your phone. You can do the video on your phone, but you cannot put it onto the eBay listing through your phone yet. That's coming. They're working on it. I can hardly wait. It's an extra step, but I'll tell you what, it makes a big difference if you have a video. What did I just do a video? I have videos for almost all of my Furbies. So I got tired of doing them. So there's some of them that don't have videos, but I took videos of all the Furbies that work. I can tell you that. Anyway, so let's close this out. And all right. Was this it? Did I not? Okay, I didn't know. Templates. Let's open this back up. So we're going to create, I'm going to open one up and I'm going to show you what I did, and then we'll create one. The whole point of having listing templates is to get yourself, especially if you're a bad seller, if you got bad habits from years of selling, raise your hand. Raise them both. This is our business, right? I have 3,400. I had almost 3,500 listings that I am cleaning up. 10 a day. That's what I've set myself at. Yeah, you should. I totally think you should. You find a lazy Susan at an estate sale, my friend. Raises toe. Oh, that's hilarious. I'm a walking bad habit. You and me both, Mike. So I did this because those of you that remember, I had like a whole weekend of helping with an estate sale, clean stuff out, and then my whole basement is full of men's shirts, like hundreds, could be thousands. I don't know. It's bad. So I have to start listing shirt. I am, as you can see, I listed that one. So let's go. You will see here that I have a men's button down shirts and I have a men's button up shirts because there is a difference. Anybody want to tell me what the difference is between a men's button down and a men's button up shirt? Dun 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 dun. I'm waiting. I know somebody knows. The collar button. Yes, a men's button down shirt has a collar that has two buttons that button down. So when they wear their tie under, when they wear a tie, they button the collar down and it looks nice. Okay. That is a button down shirt. There is a difference. There is a different category for it than there is for a button up shirt. So if you sell similar off of somebody's listing and they have it in the men's button up shirt casual category, but yours is a button down, well, one strike against you right there. You got your shirt in the wrong category, right? That's one less thing you got going for your item that's going to help it not sell. So let's do this, edit. After you have these all done and you want to come in and you want to use that listing, then you just go right here and you hit create a listing, and then you got a whole template all set up for you with very few things to change. So we're going to go in here and edit because I don't want to start a new listing right at this moment. By the way, you cannot access your templates on your mobile device. So if you know you're going to sell, that you're going to go list 25 shirts and they're all going to be buttoned down or they're all whatever, come in on your desktop and go in and make 20 copies of this template and 20 copies of that template, and then they'll be in your drafts on your phone. Does that make sense, you guys? It takes 10 seconds to open one up, come down here, save it, and then go up and make 25 copies of it or whatever you're doing. Started using your listings quality report about 6 weeks ago. Followed the suggestion. Nice. Very good. All right. The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to name your template. So this is men's button down shirts. That's the name of this template. And you're not going to put any videos or anything in it because you're making a template to use. This is your rough draft. So I had a Ted Baker shirt that I listed the other day, and I just used it as my thing. And so because I want my title to be how eBay wants me to have my title, which is, this is how they want you to have your title right here. Your title should not be a sentence. Thanks, Glenn. Have a great day tomorrow and a wonderful weekend. Your title should start with, now you don't want these and you don't want those. Your title should be like this: new or vintage. Or you don't have to put used, but if it's new, you want them to see that. They want that there first. eBay is telling you this is how you should do your title, because when you do your listing and you start putting your title in, down below that title, up comes all these little boxes that you can check right there which are immediate item specs. It's immediately taking the words that you're putting in your title and it's pulling those up from the specs, and you can just click those boxes there, and it could be 5 item specs that you don't have to deal with because you've already you're doing your title exactly how they want you to do. So vintage brand, vintage Nike, product name, shirt, sweatshirt, pants, jeans, shoes, necklace, vintage Trifari necklace, vintage listener brooch, vintage Fenton glass basket, model number, variants, the size, the collar, and any other additional keywords that you might be able to fit in after you have done your best to do this, right? So let's go back over here. Let's go back over here. So if you're looking at that, I don't follow him, Sandy. I don't appreciate, yeah. I don't care what Jay Ride does with his stuff. I'm telling you what eBay wants. Ted Baker shirt, adult. Why am I putting adult in there? Ted Baker is the brand. It's a shirt. Why am I putting adult in there? Because some women like to wear men's shirts. Some men like to wear other. It's an adult shirt. It doesn't matter. I'm putting it in the men's category, and you'll see that in a minute. Ted Baker shirt, adult. If you don't want to put adult, you can put men's, or you can put women's, or you can put unisex if you want to. Extra large. Why am I typing out extra large instead of putting XL? Because right down here in your item specifications, somewhere here, it asks you the size. Why am I missing it? It's here somewhere. You guys all know it is. Why am I missing it? It's going to ask you the size, and it's going to say XL, L, small, S, M, L, XL, XXL, XXXL, 5XL, all that stuff. So if you are wanting to get somebody to that puts extra large and they type it out in the search or whatever, you can't change the size. Why am I not? Where in the heck? Here we go, right here. Size. I was too far down. All of these sizes, if somebody types them into search, these particular numbers, sizes, they're gonna come up because search is going to find them in the item specs. So if you have a shirt that is an extra large and they type in XL, well, guess what? It's already in the item specs. But if you have a shirt that's an extra large and you type extra large here, then you're getting them both in the item specs and in your title. Hello, hello, my friend. How are you? How are you? Yeah. Shirts are made differently. There's a lot of men's shirts. Like when I worked at Freightliner and when I worked in welding, I wanted a heavy men's cotton shirt. They don't make heavy women's cotton shirts. They are starting to now. They really are. There's a lot of different companies. So I would look in the men's section for a heavy Carhartt or a hickory shirt. Do you guys know what a hickory shirt is? The loggers wear them. They're usually a quarter or a half zip, and they're made out of, that kind of stuff. I'm happy to see you too, Ainsley. Anyway, so Ted Baker, that's your, where is that? That's your brand. And if it's vintage, then you go vintage. Oops, I don't have enough room. So, you could do vintage. Then you're going to have to go in here and figure that out. Ted Baker. It's a shirt. It's an adult, extra large. 17 blue button up. That's why. Extra large. So you could type vintage in there. You could type new in there. Do not use, I know Ansley. I always call her Ainsley. That's my name for her. Don't ruin me. Don't ruin our relationship, Todd. Even though I know you're just saying hi to her. It wouldn't be right if I didn't pronounce her name wrong. Anyway, so blue, your colors. Where's that thing is gone now? Button up, long sleeve, preppy, and then I'm putting men's at the very end. Then I have adult, which catches everybody, and I have men's. If it was women's, if it was in the women's category that I chose, then I would put women's over here. Does that make sense to you guys? Now, remember what I said? List it faster. Select all these applicable items, specifics pulled from your title. Brand is Ted Baker and theme is preppy. You can just hit this button right here, and then down below when you go down there, you don't have to fill in those 2 item specs. They're already done. Now, I am leaving this here for me because I want to reprogram myself. So when I pull up my listing, my draft to do my new listing, I'm going to go, oh, okay, well, I have I just did a Nick Graham, who is Robert Graham's brother, I guess. Then I would just go in here and I go Nick Graham, shirt, adult, whatever size, whatever color, whatever, until I have it in my head that's what it is, that's what it is, that's what it is, that's what it is, that's what it is. What's it? They say it takes 2 weeks. You list 98% from your phone. I list from both the phone and the computer. I will never, ever list only from my phone. There are a lot of things that you can't do on your phone, like a condition description. Spell it out up here because down here it's already there in the letters or even in the numbers. All right. Now you want to go into your categories. Well, this is a casual button down shirt. It's not a button up. And you know, you could just make one. I'm not doing that because I'm not affording myself any mistakes right now because I can't afford to go back and fix brand new listings that should be perfect. Draft and upload pictures from the phone and finish on the PC. That's what I do. Sometimes I make the drafts on the PC and like I'll be sitting here and I'll make the draft and then I'll just I have a photo station right here, and I also have downstairs is where I do all my clothing. So you can look here. This is the one that I want for this because I'm doing button down shirts, but it's going to suggest these others. And if you sell similar off of somebody else's listing, how many times has this happened to you and you couldn't figure out why you couldn't change this? Do you know why you couldn't change this? So you sold similar off of, or I sold similar. I'll take the brunt here. I sold similar off of Rob's. Rob, you're going to be my guinea pig. I sold similar off of Rob's listing, and Rob used button up category instead of button down. And right here, it's going to say button up, but I don't want button up. I want button down. Are you here? Hang on, you guys. I only get to see him like 5 minutes a week.
This is the 1 minute.
Did you?
Sorry.
You saw her stuff in the...
No, I'll grab it.
It's in the fridge.
All right. Love you.
I love you too, bub. Oh, it's my little baby. You don't have time for all that because the day job. I cross list and make changes. Yeah, you can do that. I totally understand that, but you have a day job and you're trying to make listings that sell and sell well, right? to make your extra money. So I'm just trying to help you here. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just showing you some stuff. And if it works for you, great. If it doesn't, but you can go in on your computer and make these drafts and make copies of these drafts, and then they're on your phone, right? So you could take 5 minutes and make some drafts, some templates, and then make some copies of them, and then you have them. And you can do these templates for anything, because once the template is mostly made, you can go in on the template. Like I could go right here and I could change this to, let's see, button to that one category. And then down here, it's not going to say button down, because it specifically is not a button down shirt. But a button down shirt is a specific category because people search for that. That's why they made that. So, and this same thing for hard goods and all that kind of stuff. So, and this is a new thing too. If you guys haven't noticed this, if you go in, review the item specs, some item specs are copied over. They never used to do that. None of the item specs would copy over. So this is a new thing, and that's a good thing. A lot of their stuff is good. We just don't realize it because we're not, we don't like change, right? Okay. So I'm going to go back here because this is a specific category. I want my button down. This is my button down one, right? Let's make sure. Yeah, button down. All right. So now it has all of these things in here that I could click on. And when I go down here, it's already filled in. I don't have to fill the brand in. I don't have to fill the long sleeve in. I don't have to fill the department in because that's clicked here. These three things, button up, preppy, and brand are done. I'm going to unclick these because this is my template, and I don't want the brand. I don't want this stuff in there at the moment. But what we are going to do is we're going to put as much stuff in here that we don't have to change, so that when we pull this template, this draft up, we can add our pictures to it, and we can just go and change the few things that we need to change. So you can start your custom label SKU. ES for me is estate sale. That's where I bought the item at. I got my $ in there so I can put how much I spend on it. Or if it was free, I just get rid of the $, and then I put my date here, and I put where it's located here. So I did those three things because I know, and then usually I'll put the first two initials of the estate sale company, or if I bought it at the bins or whatever, vice versa. That's how I do my SKU. Down here, I'm going to come to my store category. I already chose my store category. I got 1 million of them. I'm in the process of fixing that too. So my store category is men's shirts, and I'm probably going to take all of my men's stuff, shirts, shoes, hats, or not shirts, shoes, jeans, all of that, and I'm just going to have one overall category of men's because that's just too much to sort through for everybody. All right, now you come down here. We're doing a template. I'm not listing that shirt, but I left that title there for me to get my mind in to make myself do the titles. So if you sell similar and there's an item spec you can't change, check the category. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I totally understand, Sue. Hey, Ty. What's up? Do you have a question? All right. I'm going to check regular because most of the stuff that we do is regular, and it's easier just to leave that checked. And if you have a big and tall, then you can as you're coming down here, you can fix that, right? Size. Well, you're going to leave that undone until you know what size your shirt is. This one up here is an extra large. And because you guys will see now, if I took this extra large and I went XL, Look it pops up right here and I can click it, and then I don't have to click it down there. But do you see that? It's telling you that size XL is in the specs. So I want to have both. I want somebody that types in men's extra large and they spell the words out. I want them here and I want them in my specs. I want them both. I want to get them both. No, it doesn't. Didn't you just see what? Okay, Mike, pay attention. Are you paying attention? You're in the corner, buddy. I just explained this. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to show you. If right now we're in casual button downs, right? Okay. Casual button downs. I'm going to change it to this. Review the item specs. Some item specs are copied over from the previous category. Confirm these specifics still apply to your item. It never used to do that. It used to wipe everything out. Now, look, they left regular, they left multicolor, they left men, they left dress shirt, they left regular here, they left long sleeve. All this stuff is left over from the other category where I had it. We want button down. That's the one I want. All right. Does that make sense? Got it? You can get out of the corner now. I don't do it. The phone app is different. You are correct. And I don't know if they've changed it on that. I seldom do specs on the phone. I usually mostly just do the pictures and that kind of stuff. All right, so there you go. So anything that you could put in here that could be carried over to another item without you having to change it, because it's going to be very similar, that would make it easier. Long sleeve. Most of the shirts that I list are long sleeve. Maybe I might, if I know I'm going to have a run of them. This is a quick fix, right? All of these multicolor, that's a safety for me. I'm just going to put that in there for now. And then if I have a shirt that's mostly red, I'm going to go in and I'm going to put red. But there are very few shirts that aren't some form of multicolor. So at least you have it in there and it's done. Men, that's what it says. You can do unisex adults if you want to. I've got that covered by just having adults up above. Remember, I have adults up above and I have men's, MENS. Here they have men. How many times have you seen a listing that'll say women's, woman, women? Same with men, man, men's. You got men here. We're trying to save space in your title so you can put stuff in your title, right? We got men's here and I got adult. So they can type adult, they can type XL, or they can type extra large, and they can type men's, and I've got all of that because I'm using as many of the item specs as I can so that I can not have to use those words in the title. Does that make sense? Every item specification that you can use is one less thing that you have to waste time with in your title. UPC, I very seldom use the UPC, and I will tell you why. You've got to put something in here. Does not apply. This will not carry over. You're going to have to hit this every time. This will not carry over because you might have a UPC. Some people do. They like all this stuff. The only time that I use a UPC is on a book for an ISBN. The reason I don't use them is because when you use a UPC, if it comes with a rating, a 5-star rating, product rating. That product rating goes into the bottom of your listing. And if there's bad juju in the product ratings, it looks like it's bad juju for your listing, for your store, for your site. So that's why I don't use UPC codes. Plus, I just don't use them. Okay, fabric type. You got fabric type and you have material. Anybody know the difference between the two of those? Fabric type is the type of fabric it is, not what it's made out of. Is it a canvas? Is it a chambray? Is it chiffon? Is it corduroy, crochet, damask, denim, down, flannel, fleece, jersey? Jersey is a thick knit. Is it knit? Knit would be a t-shirt. Knit would be a sweatshirt. Knit would be leggings, microfiber, twill, velvet, woven. Almost all of these men's shirts, anything that's made out of silk, rayon, cotton, anything like that is going to be woven. Woven is a safe choice. All right. Never leave the UPC blank. You either put your UPC in there if that's what you want to do, or you put does not apply. Never leave this blank, ever. There's a lot of things that don't have UPCs, especially if you're a vintage seller, right? There's a lot of things that there's no UPC. When did UPCs come about? In the 70s? Anything before the 70s is not going to have a UPC. So you got that going for you. Then pattern. Is it a plaid? Is it a solid? Is it an argyle? You can go through here and see if whatever it is you're looking for is not in here. Either A, leave it blank, or choose something that's close to it. Fair Isle is a type of pattern sweater from Ireland, Scotland. Fair Isle sweaters. Yeah, it does not apply. Yep, you got it. All right. If whatever pattern you have, I don't want anything in here. Well, I'll just do solid. If whatever pattern, whatever your item has does not have a pattern that fits in there, don't change it. Don't type it in. Just leave it blank. Seriously. Theme. Up here, see, it'll take that keyword right out of there and it'll say, oh, that's the theme. The theme is preppy. Good. eBay is telling you right there that they're going to use that theme. Don't change it. They like that theme. Put it in there. Now, if it's a shirt that has advertising on it, if it's something that let's say it's a scrub top or something like that, then sure, you could change the theme. There are there are things you can look for. Is it a look that's from the 20s? Is it an animal print? Right? So you can go down here and look and see if there's something in here. There's something that'll fit it. There's hundreds of themes. Well, maybe not hundreds. But if they suggested one from your title, heck yeah, one less thing you have to think about. It's there. Button, accents. Well, this one has a button and it had a logo on it. So you can go down here and you can find, should be in here, logo, maybe not. Somewhere in one of these it has logo. Ruffle, rhinestone, quilted, pleated, glitter, fur trim, any of that stuff. The sworn logo was in this one. Anyway, all seasons. Almost everything is all seasons. The features. That one might be where the logo is. Easy care, breathable, all seasons, that kind of stuff. Material. This is where you are going to say it's cotton, it's acrylic, it's alpaca, it's angora, it's some other form of animal hair, bamboo, camel, cotton blend, poly blend. If your item says cotton poly blend, then you want to choose the cotton blend. If it says poly wool blend, you want to choose the poly blend because that's the first word, right? So this material is what is it made out of? Cat hair. It's the same for car parts and stuff like that. I'm just using a shirt as an example. So, you know, this could be a Fenton vase. It could be a 1964 bench seat out of a Ford Bronco or a Cordova, or I don't know. They're going to have different suggestions for that category in all of these, right? You're going to have to figure it out. Character, does it have this is where logo is. If it doesn't have anything on it, but it has a logo somewhere. I mean, look at all these. Daffy Duck, all these guys. I think logo's in here somewhere. We were almost there. Oh, wow, I'm losing it. Apparently not. Somewhere in here. If you don't have anything, if it's just a plain shirt, nothing on it, just leave it blank. Color style, button down. Do you guys know all the different styles of colors that there are? Makes a difference. Pinterest is your friend. I have slides for you guys. This is a men's shirt color, and it tells you all the different things. I know you can't see it that well. It's pretty, but it tells you how to measure a shirt color. Wow, that went. Here are the different styles of shirt colors. Inquiring minds want to know what kind of collar it is. And if you don't know what kind of collar it is, I can't say color and color. It's all color. So I'm talking about the collar of your shirt. If you don't know the kind of collar it is, then you go right on over to Google and you go different styles of collars. You don't even have to put men's because it's the same for colors. And Pinterest will come up and they'll have all these cool little charts that you can choose from. Hey, Boatman, how are you, buddy? So same with sleeves, same with waists, same with inseams, same with, is it a pedal pusher? Is it a there's a difference. There is a huge difference in the lengths of your pants as to what they're called. Shoe conversion chart, same thing. Right there on Pinterest. There's lovely people who have all of these charts. What do they call the turtleneck? That is a cowl neck, COWL, cowl neck, the one that's bigger. Like it's like this, big all the way around. Yeah. That's a cowl neck. So, color style. This is a button down men's shirt category. You should probably know that you're going to choose button down, right? Cutaway, point, sailor, spread, stand up, wing. This is a safe one right here to pick for most of them. Spread. I know a lot of people pick the pointed because that they come to a point, right? But the ones that are pointed are really more of a vintage, the big, almost bat wing type ones. I don't know if they have. And then you have a tab color. Does anybody know what a tab color is? How many of you men in here have been married? Tab collar will have a button right here. It's like a tuxedo shirt. Anyway, so I don't expect any of you guys. I know this stuff. My mom sewed, my sister sewed, I sewed, my grandmother sewed. I didn't learn all of this stuff because I sell a lot of clothes. It's something I grew up with. So I don't expect any of you guys to know any of this unless you're a clothing seller. And then I still don't expect you to. There's so much to know in every category. Occasions, whatever occasion you think somebody might wear this for, you can choose one, you can choose a bunch. More than likely, something that's got a button down collar could be worn to a wedding or you could choose all of these, honestly, if you wanted to. Probably don't want to wear it. I'm gonna have to come back in here and change these. Season, you can choose all seasons. A lightweight long sleeve shirt people will wear all year long. Model, if it's an Adidas Golf Pro and you know it, click it. If it's a Nike Golf Dry Fit, click it. If it's a Columbia, if you can find it in here, Nike Tour Performance, Wrangler George Strait, you can type if you know exactly what it is because it says on it or you know it and it's not in this list, type it in or search it, but you can type that in. People will search by Nike Golf Dry Fit, men's, XL, adult, whatever. They only allow 29 occasions as. Okay, so personal instructions. I don't ever choose this personalize. If you have a business where you personalize items, then this is for you. Otherwise, I think most people just ignore it. Was it handmade? Probably not. Could have been. This particular Ted Baker shirt was not handmade. Did somebody have hands on it in the factory over in China where it was made? You bet they did. But what they're asking here is, did somebody like you or me, make this in their home? Is it what they call, a lot of people call it hobbyist, artisan made? I like artisan better than hobbyist, either one of them. So was it handmade? No, this one was not. And more often than not, it's not going to be. Might as well check that one and leave it there. It's one less thing you have to check. Do you know where it was made? You can put it down there or not. This is something that you're not going to want to check until you do that specific shirt. Garment care. Most garments these days are machine washable. It's easy or just to put that in there and let it be there. This is your template, remember. Chest size, you're going to leave that be because you won't know until you get that. I don't do unit quantity. I don't do unit type. If it has a model number, then you want to put that in there. You could do a clothing RN number if you wanted to. Otherwise, if you don't have something to put into that category, leave it be. Do not put NA. Do not put does not apply. Do not put anything in it. Leave it alone. Is it going to show on your little report that you have 5 item specifications that need to be fixed on this listing? It is. You're going to have a lot of listings that have that because you cannot fill them in because they don't pertain to your item in that category. How many times have you listed a toy and it wants to something and it wants to know if it's been graded? Anyway, and then variations. Variations apply to color and size only. I have 25 of this shirt. 5 of them are blue, 5 of them are red, 5 of them are green. I'm going to make one listing, and they're all extra large, okay? I'm going to make one listing, and I'm going to make a variation of all of them. This is something you're not going to touch until you get to that particular one, so leave it alone. Condition, is it new? Is it, I mostly only sell pre-owned, so I'm going to leave pre-owned there. And then if I have a shirt that is new, then I'll click that new, and I'll come down and click it before I touch any of the item specs. I'll come right down here in my draft and click it. I'm going to go ahead and put a pre-worded condition description. This is something that's really important for you folks that use your phone to list from. So if you can make yourself some drafts and have some drafts already made, even if it's just one or two, because then you can go and sell similar off of your own listings, because you know where that came from. You know what's there, you know what's in it, because it's not a choice. You're just making yourself feel better by filling in all the boxes, and all the boxes do not need to be filled in. If you don't have anything pertaining to your item, people don't search NA. Do you type NA into the search bar? People do not search NA. They do not search does not apply. Leave it be. Don't put anything in there. You're wasting your time. Does that make sense, Mr. Sadie? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put, if I have to change this very good to excellent, good, acceptable, or I need to add something in there, there's a small mark somewhere on it, then it's easier just to come in and edit a few things than to have to redo this whole thing every time. And this condition description box right here is not on the mobile app. So if you have a bunch of drafts made up, or even one or two, or you're selling similar off of a draft that you have that has this condition description on it, then you're golden on the phone, because this is one of the big things that doesn't come across on the phone. And when you open up your listings, I need to go get some more water. Oh no, I don't. I have my vitamin water here. When you look at your listings, this condition pre-owned, you will see that you have that choice on the mobile app. That's all you'll see, but you won't see any of this. You won't see any of this. And this is a big thing for a lot of people, because they may not do this. That's not that shirt. That's not that shirt. They may not do this, and they may not even go past the first picture. So you got to do a good job with your title, and you got to do a good job with anything over here that you want them to see right away. So if your item has a defect and you cannot fit that in the title, get it in this condition spot, because they're going to see it. That you can put that in all caps with asterisks. Another thing, never put emojis in the title. Don't put emojis. Don't put all caps. Don't put commas. Don't put asterisks. Don't put the ampersand. That's the and symbol. Don't put the pound sign. Don't do any of that. You're not writing a sentence. Your title should not be a sentence. We want to write it as a sentence because it looks nice. That's not how eBay's algorithm and the search works. And you will see that as you type your title into your listing, and all those little pieces underneath start popping up that are pre-filling your item specs, right? This is my description. I have for clothing, I have custom templates here, which I have a bunch of different templates. I have a clothing template, which is this one right here. I have these are ones that I use consistently, and I don't want to redo them. Magazine, replacement toy parts, sewing patterns, vintage makeup, perfume, vintage description, vintage Tupperware. The reason I have one for vintage Tupperware is I sell a lot of Tupperware, but I put the mold number and all that stuff in there, and it's just all set up. So I have a specific list, a specific description for my clothing. And I just went ahead and put this in here, then it's going to be there. Whatever I don't want, I can take out. It's easier to take it out than it is to have to put it in, especially if you're doing it at work or at a doctor's appointment. You're adding pictures and stuff like that. So this is easy to change. Up for sale is you can either copy your title and put it in here, or you can just type Ted Baker shirt, long sleeve shirt, whatever you want. You don't even have to have that if you don't want to. Some people say, and it's probably true, that the SEO, search engine optimization, does not like to see the same thing down here as up there. You only need it once. That's why I said that would be why I'm not going to put XL in the title, because it's already in the specs and it's already being searched for in the item specifications. That's why I'm going to write extra large or medium. Does that make sense? You don't want to duplicate things if you don't have to, because if it's in one spot, then it's being searched. So use the other spots to put the words that you really want search. And everything down here in this description is 100% searched. These words will come up in search. If you have something down in here and they put in the search and it's down in here, how many times have you done a comp and whatever you put, you'll have things that are very similar to your item, but it might not have the words that you put in the title. They may either be in the specs, or they may be down here in the description. Condition description is the condition of the item. The description is, what is it? This is for you to put anything more in there, and any little doomahickey zippity doo-dah stuff that you want them to know that nobody reads, but it saves your backside when you have a problem buyer, like this one right here. Any props that are used in the taking of the photo are not included. Only the item or items in the title of the listing are being sold. And I have this. If you have any further questions, please feel free to message me. I also have that up here. I have it in multiple places down there. Oh, thank you, Sue. Okay. Wow. How long has that been going on for? Dang it. Right here, any props that are used in the taking of the photos. So here's your shoot. How long have I been talking without that not up? Oh, that makes me mad. A while. I did so well for so long. So let's go back up here. You didn't even see the shirt when I pulled it up and showed you, right? Right here, this condition pre-owned, that shows up from the phone. Like 20 minutes. Figures. I need a drink now. It's a good thing it's only vitamin water. Yep, that's a bad habit that a lot of us got into. And you just heard me tell you why you don't need to do it. And that's one step that you don't have to do. You can still. Is it going to hurt anything? I don't think it's going to hurt much, but you don't need it there. It's a visual thing, right? Like wanting our title to be a sentence that looks nice. It's a visual thing. It's what it is. So this section right here, everything that's right here, see, here's your pre-owned. That section right there is one of the first things when you open your item specs up on your mobile app that it asks you, the condition, item condition. This is the condition description. This is the description of the whole thing. Things that there is nowhere else to put them in. So there is your condition. It's pre-owned, it's new, it's whatever. This is a condition description. If there's anything specifically wrong with it that you want people to know, Does it have any stains? Does it have any flea bites if it's a piece of glass? Does it have the corner chewed off from the dog after he ate your kid's homework? Right? Very good use condition. Check below for full detail. Below why you want to send them down here for full condition. That's going to give them all of this information, and it's going to give them all of this information on the computer. On the app, they're going to have to hit that little line that says description or specs. They literally have to take more steps to get to it. That's just how it is. And it's very frustrating for all of us when you, like this is hilarious. I got a return today for a Tupperware lid, a round 6-inch lid. It literally, you guys know I'm anal about using a ruler. It literally is sitting on a ruler in the picture. It's green. It has the mold number in it, everything. And this lady is returning the Tupperware lid because it's too small. She needed an 8-inch one. That's just where it is. That's okay if it gets you whatever. I'm particular, so it's just me. I don't look at other people and go, oh, whatever. But I will tell you, go to bed. Old fart tired. Good night, Todd. Thanks for hanging out. One of these days I'll hit your guys' live again. I don't know. I'll feel better soon. And maybe I'll be back to my old self if there is such a thing. All right. So if we go back to the template, when you're doing men's clothing, when you're doing a shirt that has a button here, more often than not, especially if it's got the buttons here, so it's a button down, they're going to wear a tie with it. You need a neck size. You need to measure the collar. That's going to be the neck size. So lots of times you'll see a 15 and a half because you're measuring from the center of the buttonhole to the button. And that buttonhole is going to have a little bit of give. So that's usually why they say 14 and a half, that kind of stuff. That's where your inches are. And I very specifically put in here measurements done flat lay, so you will need to double them. Up here, there's spots where it asks you the chest size. I think that's the only thing on this one that it does. Down here, you're saving yourself having to go find that item again and remeasure it. So underarm to underarm, don't put pit to pit. That's so tacky. Okay, put pit to pit if you want to. Length from the back of the neck, where it's sewn here, from the back of the neck to the bottom of the item. Doesn't matter what it is. That's the length. Shoulder to shoulder, your item laying flat from this seam to this seam straight across. That's shoulder to shoulder. Okay? Because that gives them the idea. And then I do shoulder. I do this one for a lot of them, shoulder to cuff. Some people do this length. I do this length from where the sleeve is sewn on to the end of the cuff. If I'm not going to put that in on another shirt, it's just super simple right here, delete, right? And then I'm going to do buy it now. I'm going to have that already in there. I don't know what the price is. And I always allow offers. And most of the men's dress shirts weigh under a pound. So this is my flat rate shipping policy for 8.1 ounces to 15.99, something like that. And then I already know that, and I'll just put 15 ounces. I already know it's going to go into a 13 by 10 by 1 poly, and that's all done. and all of this is all done, and you can save your template. Then you just pull that up if you want to make one for jeans, and then you can start right there. So if you can go right here, start listing with this template. All right, now I'm making a draft. Now I'm going to go down here and I'm going to save this for later. And I'm going to go into my drafts, because tomorrow I'm going to list, or at least set up. I'm going to, or maybe yesterday I took pictures for 25 of these shirts that are all button downs. And I'm going to find this draft. Where is it? Ted Baker. Probably. I'm going to find this draft and I'm going to check there. And I'm going to come up here and I'm going to create 25 copies of that. And voila, I have 25 copies of that. See, I've already done for women's sweaters. I have a bunch of sweaters I'm getting ready to list. Or you can just make one copy and you can continue to sell similar off of that. But then you have to change everything. You literally have to go in and change a lot of stuff that you might not want to change. So for me, I would just do this, and then you have access to them on your phone. Does that make sense, you guys? And then, you know, if you don't want them, you can go in and delete them. No big deal. Here is another, I can't remember if I dropped this link for you guys or not. This is just a really good, this is the eBay export, but this is the best way. eBay's best practices, what they want you to do, what their search looks for, what their algorithm looks for, how they would like for you to make your title, to make your listing, so that it will get seen and picked up the best on their platform. Because they built their platform, they know what their algorithm is looking for. And I just showed you, when you're typing your title in, all of those little tiny pieces of item specs that it will populate all by itself, just because you're putting them in the right order, how they want them in the title, not how our eyes want to see them. So I strongly suggest those of us that have been doing this for forever, or even for 2 or 3 years, we picked up a lot of bad habits from watching other people, rather than, and there's some people out there that have some amazing videos that teach. Oh, I still have your little thingy up there. that have some amazing videos. And there are people, okay, I don't know how many of you guys know who Scott Cha-Ching King is. He's I love him. He and his wife Melody are just amazing people. And Scott has some wonderful videos out there. Here's the problem. It's not with him. A lot of things have changed since he made those videos. And a lot of the things that you're looking at in those videos are no longer, and some of them aren't that old, maybe only a year old or so. And he's made some amazing videos on how to get started and how to do this and how to do that and how to do this. The intent is there, but the process has changed. Does that make sense? Oh, another thing I was going to show you guys, and I don't know if you guys have it on your, let's go in here. I think everybody has it. It was on the phone for a while there, and now it is on the computer. Look, use AI descriptions. eBay has jumbled up your listings again, and I don't remember how to view newest to the oldest. Here, I'll show you. Hang on. It's easy. Don't get upset. I got to find the right how to create. I don't want that one. Let's go here. Got your Seller Hub opened up? Open up your listings. That's where you're at, right? Now you know that you can change these. You know you can customize this, Rob. Do you know that? Okay. And anybody that doesn't know that, you can customize where you have your things. You just go to this customize table and click on it. Okay. Come right here to your listing start date. Right now, everything that I have is newest. I'm going to click this. And now these are my oldest listings. I was doing ending and sell similar. I haven't ended and sold anything similar since October. I haven't ended and sold similar anything for 6 weeks, something like that. And I won't ever again. If I end an item, it is going to get reworked, and it's going to get another 30-day run, and then it's going to probably go away depending on what it is. So that is how you do your oldest to your newest. If the arrow is up, that's your oldest. If the arrow is down, that's your newest. Right there. And any of you that haven't, you're absolutely welcome. Any of you that haven't done inventory before, or you want to go and do inventory because you don't have your SKUs right, or you don't have it in the SKU where it is, you don't have to pull up each listing. You can go right in here and edit it and submit it. It's just the same thing as if you wanted to change the price, right? You want to change the price on these, you can do that. You want to change the quantity, you can do that. I think that those are the only things that you can change without actually either doing an edit or revising your listing. You can do a bunch of things bulk edit wise, or revising your listing. So that's where that is. All right. So I'm going to challenge you guys and gals, you peoples, to make a couple of templates, whatever it is you sell. You know, you can make one template for shirts, for t-shirts, and you don't need one for women's and one for men's, because you can change that category really quick. You just need one template to get you going, especially if you do a lot of your listing on your phone. And I will tell you something, if you're out shopping and you have done the work and you have pulled something up and you've decided that it fits your metrics or whatever it is that you use to decide to buy something and list it, at that point in time, if you have a draft somewhere, you can copy the title of whatever it is, open up one of your drafts, put that title in there, put the price in there, and then shut your draft, and you have a draft started for that item that is your listing, not somebody that you sold similar off of. You can always make it, you can all, and you're just that much closer to having your stuff done, right? So, and that's something that some people are very consistent with doing is they've done the work, they've done the comp, they know they're going to buy it, then they'll just hit sell similar, which you can do that too. Yes, you got an employee, you got a family member, somebody helping you, 100%, 100%. Yep. That's why I end and sell similar. I end and sell similar is to rework the listing. I'm not even selling similar anymore. I'm ending it and I'm relisting it. I'm ending it because some people are already watching it. I'm ending it. This is me. I'm not telling anybody to do anything. I'm telling you what I'm doing. And I've been doing it for 6 weeks and I'm about to hit 20K 90-day total. I'll show you my totals here in just a second. I am ending it. I am revising it. If I need to fix the pictures, I'm fixing the pictures. I am revising it. I'm making sure the category's right. I'm making sure my spelling's right. I'm making sure everything else is right. And that is what I'm doing. And if I feel like I need to redo the whole listing, then I'll redo the whole listing from scratch. But I'm not doing the ending and selling similar game anymore. Mm-mm. And I have been selling so much of my older stuff. Yes, that it's not even funny. You guys see my seller hub. I don't hide anything from anybody. I've never been that person. And you know that this last year I have had a lot. I don't know what I'm doing here. I have had a lot of days with no sales, which is painful when you have 3,400 items listed. Do you see a day in here with no sales? I shipped out 4 items today. And I have another one to do. Oh, thank you. All right. There you go. See that? The 90-day total is different always on the computer than it is on the mobile app, right? This morning I was one sale away from, I was $6 away from 20,000. And now, because it takes off your daily, that's where I'm at on the phone. So you had to get one yelling. That's all right. I can't believe that I did not, I can, but not for as long as I was. Oh my goodness. Anyway, you guys, I hope that helps. I've missed you all a lot. I'll be here next week. I'm also going to start doing a what sold video once a week. It will probably come out Monday morning or sometime Monday, maybe Tuesday. And Dren and I have a date to go to the bins for an hour every Monday. He gets out of school an hour early on Mondays. Thanks, Mr. Sadie. Not too bad for somebody that's not feeling that well. So I may be putting, I'm gonna possibly be putting a sourcing video out once a week too, but for sure I will have a what sold because that has been requested, and I'll be here on Thursdays, and we'll see. I might start making some shorter videos where I don't go into as much explanation as I do when I'm live, because I like for you guys to be able to ask me questions. And I like to learn from you guys too, because I don't know everything. If you can't, the teacher has to learn from somebody, right? We have to learn from somebody. And everything that we know isn't always so. So, that's why I will absolutely send you to other people that I trust and that I know can answer your questions if I can't, or that have good advice. And I'm going to be very extremely choosy about who I shout out anymore. There's a lot of negativity out there, and I pulled myself away from it because it was making me sick. So I appreciate everybody here, and I cannot believe that I'm at almost I'm closing in on 6,000 subscribers. 91 new subscribers I got in the 6 weeks or however many weeks it's been since I had a video. I put nothing out, and I've gotten 91 new subscribers. So I appreciate every single one of you more than you will ever know. And things will get better, but we have to be okay with change. And we have to realize that a lot of this is on us, but there's a lot going on. And there are people out here on YouTube that are YouTubers and they sell on the side. And there are people out here on YouTube that are resellers and do YouTube on the side. That would be me. My number one income is eBay. I started this YouTube channel so that my kids and my grandkids would have something to look back on someday, should they want to, when I'm no longer around. And I never ever thought that I would even get 100 subscribers, much less ever get monetized or anything like that. So I appreciate you guys greatly, and you know how to find me. And I appreciate everybody that checked up on me while I wasn't doing videos. That means a lot. And I'll see you next week. See what you guys can do. Make a draft and see if you can start making some changes to your listings and going in and checking your categories, checking all of checking all of those little things. Make sure you have UPC or does not apply, because that got removed from a lot of listings when they changed categories. So if you have older listings, and if you want to end and sell similar, by God, end and sell similar. Don't do what I do, because that's what I'm doing. Do what makes you feel good. It's your business. I'm just telling you, I'm just showing you what I quit doing. And you guys, I always share my seller hub with you guys, always. So you can go back and look and see. That's what I'm doing. BCP, where you been? Hey, Justin, everybody coming in at the end. I appreciate y'all. All right. I'll see you next week.